everyone, welcome back to the Lovin Riyadh show, where we're supposed to shoot this yesterday, which was Tuesday, but we're shooting it today, Wednesday, because I was feeling under the weather. Still am, by the way, you can hear it from my voice. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rama.
And we're here to talk about some of the most popular topics that have been, going around about Riyadh and Saudi Arabia in general. Today we discuss Gulf tourists flock to Saudi Arabia, 8.6 million visitors spent over 15 billion Saudi riyals last year.
We also have Saudi was ranked first for the fastest workforce growth in the region.
And we've got one sad topic for you with one fatality reported as flash floods caused partial collapse of Jazan Valley Bridge.
We also have an 105-year-old Saudi woman embarks on an inspiring learning journey.
Let's talk about it. Before we get into the first topic, let me tell you about something that I find really nice. So in this time of year, particularly between August and October, there's a specific type of butterflies that migrate from North America to the south, which are monarchs.
Really?
Yeah. I think you can also always see them, these like orange-black butterflies.
Yeah, that's true.
They're so cute. And I didn't say this just like a random fact. Actually, I said it because the Gulf tourists flock to Saudi Arabia. That topic, I think it kind of linked in my brain.
So you're thinking of it as butterflies migrating?
Yeah. They're migrating to Saudi.
Interesting how you made that
link.
Yeah,
it's weird. Anyway, so in 2023, Saudi Arabia became a hotspot for GCC tourists with a whopping 8.6 million visitors from the Gulf Cooperation Council states splurging over 15 billion Saudi riyals. That's a lot.
Did you know actually Bahrain nationals are the most out of those GCC countries that came to Saudi Arabia?
Well,
so yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Because they're so close, it's so easy to come over, I think.
There's a lot of TikToks about that people in Sharqiyya always go to Bahrain, and Bahrain people always go to Sharqiyya.
And also, have you seen the bridge that they cross? I've never actually crossed it myself, but it's
always
so cool.
hear about it.
It looks so cool. It just goes up like this. It's literally like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like because Bahrain and Sharqiyya are two beautiful places, so I think.
Which I've never been to either one, so I need to.
Sharqiyya, I've only been to Khubar and Dammam.
Okay, so you've been there.
Yeah. But it's very humid, let me warn you.
I mean, that makes sense. It's seaside, basically, so...
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about this splurging over 15 billion, because I just didn't make that fact up. It's actually according to the Saudi Ministry of Tourism. The influx included citizens, expertise, and adventurous travelers crossing over from neighboring Gulf countries. As Rama said before, the tourism report revealed Bahrain as the top contributor, spending 3.4 million tourists. Sending, not spending. Because, that's a lot of money. So when money is mentioned, my brain just... Anyways, so the Gulf island was then followed by, guess who? Kuwait, with over 2.3 million, the UAE contributing nearly 1.4 million tourists, while Qatar and Oman added approximately 1.1 million and 455,000 visitors. Pronounce that for me, because I pronounced it
respectively.
I was right. Respectively. Yeah, anyway, but that's not all. Saudi Arabia saw a staggering 27 million international tourists in 2023.
Also outside the Gulf region as well?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
Saudi Arabia has been doing lots of beautiful things that, of course, will attract tourists. If you went to Al-Ula, you'll be excited to see Riyadh. And if you went to Riyadh, you'll be excited to see Sharqiyya. If it just doesn't stop. It's like all these places that are very beautiful. So when you go to one place, you'll be, excited to go to another and another and another.
It'll inspire you to see every part of Saudi.
Exactly.
Because each one you visit to is so unique and interesting in its own way.
Exactly. In total, the kingdom hosted over 109 million tourists last year, with the total spending surpassing 141 billion Saudi riyals.
That's crazy because do you remember a time when we didn't have any tourists?
Yeah.
So
Not
it wasn't
any,
that
but
long
it was,
ago.
yeah, very...
No, we didn't. People weren't allowed to come in, from what
Yeah.
I remember, except for Umrah. And it
Yeah.
was so weird because like we just never used to see anyone who wasn't an expat.
Yeah.
Like nobody would come just to visit. Or like if they're not like related to somebody,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's so cool to see the influx in numbers, how it happened so fast.
Yeah, it's like boom,
Yeah, literally.
all at the same time. Boom.
Yep.
So Saudi Arabia is clearly the place to be. If you haven't visited Saudi Arabia yet, you're missing out on a lot. Some people just come to Saudi Arabia to ride a camel, and then you just, see all the other stuff there. So, see you here in Saudi, guys.
So, for our second topic, Saudi was ranked first for the fastest workforce growth in the region. And what this means is that from the years 2016 to 2021, Saudi led the G20 countries in growth rates for both male and female workers.
Oh,
So the amount of male and female employees or people that have joined the workforce has increased significantly in those
Yeah.
years. And this is obviously largely because of Saudi's dynamic labor market that has become that recently.
yeah.
And because of the initiatives under Saudi Vision 2030, as are a lot of things, I think, that have
agree.
improved in the country. A lot of them are due to the initiatives that are working towards Vision 2030. So the unemployment rate, reached a point, it got 6.2% rise,
Wow.
which is very close to the Vision 2030 goal of 7% of unemployment. So we're not even nearly, I think, to Vision 2030, and we've already almost gotten the goal
Yeah.
of unemployment, which means there are a lot of people in the country who have jobs much more than it used to be
Yeah.
in 2016. And especially so the women
Yeah.
in the country,
Female.
because a lot more women have more opportunities now in the country, and a lot of the youth is also participating in these new initiatives, and they're getting more involved and they're more likely to enter the workforce now.
Yeah.
So I thought this was very exciting because it just means that Saudi has so many opportunities now
Yeah.
for young people, for any age really, and men and women.
Yeah.
You know, when back in the day, you would never see women working in Saudi.
Yeah, it was very...
It was very, literally up until 2016, which is when everything started changing.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I remember being in a mall or something, and in a clothes shop, and there wasn't any women working there.
Mainly men.
And now I see more women actually
Yeah.
working in malls than men.
One fatality reported as flash floods caused partial collapse of Jazan Valley Bridge. So, if you've been watching anything about the Jazan weather lately, you know that there's been a lot of rain. Especially it's because it's August. I think in August and the beginning of, the shift between summer and autumn.
Autumn, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, a lot of dust, everything,
Even
the
here,
weather.
it's been windy.
Yeah, today it's not sunny,
Yeah.
Even though lots of reports have been saying that August is the last month of summer, but today is very cloudy and
Even in Jeddah and Mecca, there's been a lot of rain as well.
So flash floods in Jazan Valley led to the partial collapse of Jazan Valley Bridge, which serves as a vital link between the governorates of Abu Arish and Sabia and the town of Radis. The collapse caused 2 vehicles, unfortunately, to fall into the affected area, resulting in 1 fatality and multiple injuries. I think I saw the story of the woman who, unfortunately, was, affected by this, who died. Her name is Amal, and they, told the story about it. So ambulance teams were promptly dispatched to provide medical care to the injured. The National Center 4 transport safety dispatched specialized teams to the scene to investigate the incident and determine its causes. You know, pretty much I think it's because of the rain. And God knows when this bridge was built.
Honestly,
so,
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it's pretty old, and maybe that's why, like, you know. But anyways, witnesses noted excavation work near the bridge's foundations, which they believe contributed to the erosion of the bridge's base and subsequent collapse.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
It does,
because if they were working to excavate next to the foundation of the bridge, so literally where the bridge is holding the entire thing up, and it caused erosion, then the bridge's foundations are naturally going to get weaker anyways. So I don't know who decided on this, but I think that's the main reason. More so that, like, if this didn't happen and it rained, I don't think the bridge would have collapsed. You know what I mean?
If they had more safety precautions.
Yeah, so...
If they would do, like... in the photos, it looks pretty old. Like, I don't know, but it looks pretty old.
And anyways, bridges are... I don't know about you, but I find bridges a little scary in general. Even like the newest bridges, because at the end of the day, you are on a structure.
A hanging thing.
Basically, that's over a large, you know, like area that you could technically fall into.
Exactly.
So I can only imagine that if experiencing something like this, like the other person who survived the bridge collapse, it's a little traumatizing. I'm sure.
Not a little. That's
a lot. Yeah.
That's horrifying. So, alhamdulillah, while 2 vehicles fell into the damaged section, others were able to stop in time before reaching the affected area.
So, for our last topic is a really heartwarming story. An 105-year-old Saudi woman has embarked on an inspiring learning journey at 105 years old. So there were over 800 elderly men and women, including this inspiring 105-year-old participant, who joined a summer literacy campaign organized by the Saudi Ministry of Education in Jazan. And this woman was among the students, named Shaqra al-Tohari. I believe I'm saying her name correctly, but apologies if I'm butchering it. But she enrolled in one of the education centers in order to learn how to read and write.
That's so
and
cute.
She said that this was something that she aspired to do for many years and decades. And she said it's never too late. She's passionate about it, and even at 105 years old, she wanted to learn.
Continue learning,
she said despite the challenges at her age, her dream has finally become a reality. And I think that's super inspiring, and it really shows you that you're never too old to go after the things that you want to do. I mean, some would say that even people after 70 stop wanting to do things, but this is an 105-year-old woman. That's amazing that she's even able to be able to.
That's a good opportunity that she has. Also, when you're that old, I think you know a lot about life. You just might not know how to read and write, which, like, you know.
Not a lot of, I mean, she's 105. So, I mean, at the time when you're a child, or when she was a child, I think it was a little bit more difficult. It was more common for, especially women, not to be able to read and write. So the campaign actually saw 233 men and 599 women enroll.
More women than men.
But in 28 different education centers, and all of there were different programs. It wasn't just reading and writing. There were various programs that feature educational, cultural, social, and health activities. And they also collaborated with government agencies and nonprofit sectors. And these initiatives were aimed to enhance the participants' life skills and help them achieve their education and cultural goals. And it's comprehensive and very high quality education. So I think this whole initiative, the purpose is exactly what
It's
the
achieving.
women that
They're
we were
achieving,
talking
yeah.
about, that it's number 2 day in life to achieve their goals.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very nice, very wholesome thing. I think even the elderly really deserve to accomplish their goals. And a lot of people forget that they may have goals to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people
But it's
think,
so cute.
they've reached that age, they probably accomplished a lot, but maybe not.
Yeah. Or maybe they accomplished a lot and they still want to accomplish more.
Exactly.
Stuff.
That's a great point. Exactly. So that's really cute.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
it's very nice to see. And congratulations to Shakra who accomplished her goal.
And to the other 233 men and 599 women.
Yes.
I don't know if you combine these numbers, what would you get?
800. Over 800.
I didn't study math.
That's all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please make sure to watch or listen to the episode on Anghami, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podio, and YouTube. And also make sure to check out next week's episode. Thank you so much and bye-bye.